Hey, and welcome to the Meditations and Musings podcast. I'm Elena Lipson. I'm a mama, I'm a wife, and I'm the founder of the Divine Self-Care Circle membership and the Virtual Retreat Academy. I don't believe that you have to sacrifice your body, your health, or your family in order to create true abundance and prosperity. I believe in living based on the divine feminine metrics of success, and these include pleasure, play, ease, grace, and a slower pace. Each week, I'll bring you 1 to 2 new episodes. One of these will be a guided meditation that you don't have to do on the meditation pillow, and the other will be a conversation to help you access your inner wisdom, to ignite abundance, and inspire others to do the same. I invite you to join me on this journey back to the magic of a divinely aligned and well cared for you. And now, join me for today's episode. Welcome back to the Meditations and Musings podcast. This is Elena Lipson, your divinely aligned coach. And today we are talking about something that so many of us have experienced. And it is all about how we stop ourselves from building the true wealth, the inner wealth, the massive growth, amplified wealth, to receive it, how to build it, how to hold onto it without shutting down physically, without getting sick, without feeling like the rest of our lives are blowing up. So we're going to dive into this. This is the month of inner wealth in the Divinely Aligned Circle. So I want to give you a preview of what we are doing in the circle this month. And if it lights you up, if you resonate with it, I want to invite you to come on in and do the deeper dive, the deeper work, the deeper clearing, the conscious clearing of the old way of doing things that keep us just beyond our own comfort level, that keep us from going to the edge of our own cliff and leaping off into the next frontier of our wealth, of our life, of our work, of our pleasure, of everything that we so desire in life, but sometimes often hold back because we just can't see how we're going to get to the next level in an unwavering way where we can also thrive physically, emotionally, spiritually, socially, and financially. So I want to start with this assumption that we all have, that it's all about the mindset work. And I don't know about you, I know I have done enough mindset work to last me 5 lifetimes. I have read every book. I have said every affirmation at least 1 million times, thousands of times, not 1 million. It feels like 1 million times. I've written the same things in my journal over and over and over again. Can you relate to that? In fact, right now, if I look left from my computer, I have a window full of affirmations, and they're awesome. And they sometimes get me exactly where I need to go in that moment, just to kind of come back from, a negative thought or something like that. But I'm telling you, I know it. I know this for a fact because I've been in the coaching industry for over 20 years. And coaching, even when I learned it initially 20 plus years ago, it all starts with mindset work. Like, we have to get our mind right. We have to think the right thoughts. Hypnosis is awesome. Like, those are all amazing, but it's missing a very crucial element that I want to invite you to consider. And it's going to be, it's probably the, biggest aspect of the work that I do for myself, for my clients, and now for you. The missing piece is your body. Affirmations will not help you and get you to the next level and 10 levels from now. And it's not to say that we are compelled to go to the next levels, but what I'm saying is we are compelled to evolve. We are compelled to grow. And there's things we want to do and be and have in life that we just simply won't until your body is fully on board with your vision. I mean, how many vision boards have we created and part of it has come true? Or we look at, like, for me, this actually happened the other day. I was looking at real estate listings because I love looking at homes. I have this really clear dream home in my mind, and I can see certain pieces of it, but it's a little rough around the edges, but I know the feeling that it brings up in my body. And then the service that sends me listings, like literally daily, sometimes multiple times, there was a listing there for a home that was in Orange County, California, where I used to live. And the house was about $23 million. $23 million. Is that normal? Is that a thing I should have? Like, it literally, I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's not for me. Like right away. And it's not, listen, it's not that I desire, it's not one of the things I desire is to have a $23 million home. But I recognized very quickly that I shut it down before even exploring it. And I thought, oh, this is really fascinating. Like, why am I quickly saying this isn't for me? So I looked at the house, and it actually wasn't a house that I would choose. But then I started realizing, like, as I was looking at it, there were things through my own physical, emotional, spiritual discernment that I did love about it, and things that I was like, nope, not for me. And then I realized, wow, I have this judgment around $23 million. And then I started exploring that further. Like in my body, that felt like my entire body, I can even feel it right now when I talk about it. My solar plexus just shut down. My sacral center just tightened up. Like my throat was constricted. I can feel that there's something in my body that has a story around this number, right? And this number is going to be different for everyone. Like, some people are like, I could never charge $1,000 for coaching for an hour. And some people are like, I would never charge $1,000. It'd have to be like $10,000 minimum, right? So everyone has their own numbers. And I know a lot of numbers are super inflated in the coaching industry right now because they just are. Not everywhere, but again, that's a story, right? So I recognize that. But it's true for me. So I hope you're thinking for yourself now, like, when are there times that you see something? Maybe it's a pair of shoes for $1,000. Maybe it's a bag that costs $8,000. Maybe it's a car. Maybe it's when you go shopping, you're like, oh my God, who would pay $20 for a piece of cheese? Or who would pay $500 for a bottle of wine, right? Like, we all have our own stories around money and numbers and what we are able to actually receive and hold in our body without feeling like we're pushing it away. So until your body is on board, it doesn't matter what the number is, you're always going to resist things that you want, even though you're doing the mindset work. And here's why. The reason that our body is not on board is this. And this is I want you to be really present for this, because when I landed this thought, this idea, the truth of it gave me massive chills. And I realized this massive awakening that this is what is happening to me and what is happening to so many women that I work with and see who are actually doing really well financially, but they're dealing with multiple symptoms in their body all at the same time. Really mysterious, right? Like, they want to create things, they believe they should have them in their mental awareness, they can see the next financial level, but in their body, they're suffering. And they're able to compartmentalize it. And that compartmentalization is exactly what is holding them back from experiencing a true anchor of inner wealth that then creates the capacity to hold outer wealth, whatever it means to you. Oop, that was, my phone just made a noise, excuse me. Okay, so the reason that this is happening is because your body doesn't trust your mind. Let me say that again. Your body does not trust your mind. So you might be saying all the affirmations in the world. You might be so good with your practice. You might be journaling all the things. But if you don't have that deep, deep trust, not from your mind to your body, because you can say that, right? But until you get your body on board, the inner work won't work. The mantras won't work. And here's why. Because of past self-betrayals, burnout, overwhelm, your body has decided that it has to protect you. It has to prioritize your health and well-being. You're literally fighting yourself, right? I want you to really slow down and hear this. Because of past betrayal, and what do I mean by betrayal? It is when you said yes and you meant no. It is when you said no, but you meant yes, because you haven't gotten to a place where you get a very, very clear compass navigation of yes and no in your body. Because a lot of us, and just listen to this for yourself, are operating on other people's expectations, other people's approval, other people's priorities, and haven't really come back to ourselves. So we still have a lot of situations in our lives where you might be saying yes to things when you're like, oh, why did I say that? Or you're saying no to things, but you really want it, but you're not giving yourself the permission to have it. So ask yourself, does your body trust your dream? Does your body trust your vision? Does your body believe that you are going to do what you say you're going to do? All those times that you said, Monday I'll start going to the gym, or I'll stop eating dairy, whatever, or I will go ahead and hire someone to support me, or I will go ahead and press live on Facebook and share my work, and all those things that you wanted to do but didn't do are all sending signals between your mind and your body. And your body is learning, and habituating that, well, even though her mind is saying this, she's not doing it. So I need to keep her safe and cozy. And the next time you want to do something, it's going to be like, no. So there's going to be a massive dissonance. And dissonance is when you're thinking one thing and doing another, or feeling one thing and doing another, between your mind and your body. And that dissonance comes through as your voice, as your heart energy, what you desire. It's going to be stuck. So if you have ever felt like you can't say what you want to say, it's because your throat there's a disconnection between your mind, what you're thinking, and your body, what you're doing. And it's not just like you're not doing what you say you're going to do. That simple misalignment is something we can wrap our minds around. But the deeper alignment with inner wealth, and receiving on bigger and bigger scales, speaking on bigger stages, reaching out for bigger opportunities, dreaming bigger dreams like the $23 million home. And listen, it doesn't always have to be about money, but part of wealth for me is living in a home that I am just so lit up by, on the water. I can see it clearly, right? So there is this sense of vision in my mind. But until my body trusts that I will think the thoughts that will take me there, that I will do the steps that will get me there, I won't believe myself, right? And I remember thinking like, why would I want to launch again when it causes me stress? And so it starts to feed you, your body starts to feed you symptoms to keep you small, right? To keep you tired, to keep you overwhelmed. And I'm not saying, I want to just clarify one thing here. The symptoms that we experience when our body does not trust our mind or our vision and keeps us stuck are real symptoms. Like I have experienced anxiety for the first time. I have had, everything from uterine fibroids to, what is it called? Like precancerous colon cell. I mean, I've had real things happen in my body. I'm not saying it's a figment of our imagination at all by any means. I'm saying that our body is wise beyond our knowing. And if our body feels that we don't fully have the capacity to do the thing we really want, it's going to keep us safe and cozy and small. And sometimes it does that by manifesting physical symptoms. So if you've never followed Louise Hay and healing your mind and I think it's called Heal Your Body or something like that. It connects every symptom in your body to a thought pattern. And that book is so transformational for so many people because it is probably it can be for a lot of people, their first entry point into the connection between mind and body. Because so many of us, especially women, men too, but I work with women specifically, so that's who I'm talking to, is like our body is this thing to manage, to feel shame about, to lose weight, to eat certain ways, to move a certain way, to dress a certain way based on social cultural norms. Like we're constantly in opposition to enjoying our body, to being safe in our body, to being loved fully for who we are and how we are, at the exact weight we are, the way we want to move, the way we want to be, the way the wildness comes through our body. We're constantly constricting ourselves. right? So our body, we're already in this sort of adversarial relationship with our bodies. And then you want to say like, oh, I want to create this thing, or I want to go whatever your dream is. And if you haven't followed through on those things in the past, or if you felt any sort of trauma, and I'm not going into deep into trauma work here because it's not my field, and there's amazing people who do trauma related somatic work. I work on a very, at an embodiment level where I teach you that sometimes you don't even need to know what is happening in your body in order to release it. So when I work with women, there's a lot of somatic work in terms of shaking and releasing and the exercises that I have you do it. And at the basic level, the kind of work that I have you do in the Magic Morning practice, it's not just mental mindset work, it's physical work that goes along with it, because we must feel in our bodies safe enough and excited enough to be able to receive and give and create in a way that serves us. So your body will give you signals all along the way. If you start to tune in, and this is the work we're doing in the Divinely Aligned Circle this month and truly all the time, is to learn to have a relationship with the signals of your body. And that means having better boundaries, creating more simplicities around your routines, not falling into old patterns, which your body and your mind will have you do, how to learn to take and listen to the cues that your body is giving you. And this is all the work we are doing in the circle. Because when you start to listen to your body and your body starts to trust you, your mind and your emotions, you get to be more of who you are. You get to choose. You get to decide what you want to create. You get to give bigger. You get to receive bigger. You get to actually ask for and receive support, which is a huge one that we constrict from. You get to experience all of life, and you get to finally say no or yes to the things that you really want to without guilt. You get to experience daily magic, daily alignment, and not wait for someday. And you get to create on your own terms. You don't have to look at anyone else's business, anyone else's marriage, anyone else's motherhood, anyone else's anything. You finally get permission to give yourself permission to create on your own terms. You get to buy what you desire with joy. You get to play, create beauty because it matters. You get to invest your time, money, and attention in yourself. And you get to grow wealth for your family, right? But it all starts with this aligned inner wealth. So you get to decide. You get to move beyond the affirmations, because the mindset work, the affirmations will not work until your body is fully on board with what you desire. So what I invite you to do now is I invite you to start noticing when you are wanting to create something, whether you are wanting to create a new health habit in your life, you want to create a new course in your business or a new direction, and you just can't seem to make the move. You're like stuck at the gate of a race and you just can't seem to make your body move forward. Like you can't do it. And you think, here's a key word, you think it's because you're not thinking the right thoughts. You don't have the right strategy. You don't have the right tool. That's what you think. But actually what's going on is that your body is being protective of you. Your body is going to do everything that it can do to keep you safe from taking that chance. And the way it does that is to all of a sudden you feel tired. All of a sudden you are distracted. You're super distracted. You're constantly scrolling more on Instagram. You are feeling overwhelmed, confused. You start saying things like, I just don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know what the next step is. Like you just tolerate this like fogginess, right? And all of this we think because the common coaching wisdom tells you that it's your mind, that you have to get your mind right. You have to meditate more, which I will never stop you from meditating. Meditating is actually a huge part of connecting down to your body wisdom. And that is a huge thing, but you have to know why you're doing it. You have to know that you are doing it in order to learn to calibrate to your yes, to calibrate to your worth, right? Your intuition lives in your body, not in your thinking. Your thinking, your mind will follow your body when your body feels safe and aligned. Wherever your body goes, your mind will follow, and people have it backwards in the general coaching industry. They think you have to think the thought, make the plan, and then you'll go. But that doesn't happen. How many times have you thought the thought, made the plan, and didn't do shit about it, right? I am right there with you. I'm like, why am I not doing what I know I have to do? It's because I haven't given myself the clarity of permission to simplify, to do it my way. I still, whenever I get caught in the loop of doing anything, literally anything, somebody else's way, my body will stop me because I know that at the core of who I am, the most soul purposeful, divinely aligned me always succeeds on quantum levels when I do it my way. And I know that sounds a little like rebellious, but it's true for each of us. We get caught up in the idea that we have to have a guru, an expert tell us what to do every step of the way, but you have the answers. Your body knows this, your cells know this, your bones know this. When you are living a life that is not aligned to what you want truly deeply within you, you're going to feel dissonance, you're going to feel resistance, you're going to feel cues and symptoms in your body that will stop you from living a fully alive, fully expressed, fully present life. And I will be teaching a lot more about this moving forward because this is really the core of the work that I do, right? So the question that you can start asking yourself as you get into those moments is, what does my body need most right now? My body. What does my body need most right now? And just listen, drop in those moments where you're feeling foggy, feeling confused, feeling overwhelmed. Drop in. What does my body need most right now? Put a hand on your belly. Do it right now. Put a hand on your heart, hand on your belly. Take a deep breath. What does my body need most right now? Not what does my mind need, not what do I need, what does my body need? And listen, not just hear, not just journal about it, do it. Even if it doesn't make sense, even if you're like, I have a lot to do. If your body says, put on some music and dance, dance. If your body says, take a nap, take a freaking nap. If your body says, go take a walk right now with no distractions, do that. If your body says, go drink some water, go drink some water. How many times, I can't even tell you, if I had like $1 for every time I heard a woman say, I barely ate, I was so busy all day. Oh my goodness, come on. Enough already. Enough with the hyper masculine structure in our bodies. We need to move like the feminine beings that we are. We create with the masculine mind. We create with it. It is effective. It is massively effective. But we cannot do anything with our mind until our body is fully on board to receive the desires that we want. And I'm telling you, this change can happen super quickly once you start connecting with your body. It might take some time to rebuild that trust, just like a relationship that you haven't nurtured for a while, that friend that you haven't seen for a year. It's going to take a little time to re-nourish, to re-establish that trust bridge from your body to your mind. But it's there. You know yourself best. Your body knows you best. It has been with you from the very beginning, right? So what does my body need most right now? That is your homework. That is your mission, should you choose to take it on. And if you want to do the work with the support of me and the amazing women in the Divinely Aligned Circle, you can come on in. Our next live call is actually coming up tomorrow, or today. If you're listening to it, it's today at 1 p.m. There's a recording available. And then after that, our next call will be on March 18th. So you'll have access to both. All right. I hope you received all you needed from today. And the question of what does my body need most right now?
take it as a gift for you, because I promise you it will be life-changing if you follow through on it. All right, my love, thanks for being here today. I am off to an amazing coaching call right now, and I will see you on the next episode. Please rate and review if you got anything out of this. Share it with some friends, because you know you're going to be talking about it. Take a snapshot, share it on Instagram, Elena_Lipson, and the link to the circle is always in Instagram, in my bio, as well as the show notes. I truly, truly hope to see you there and dance together, move together, create together, and build wealth together. All right, I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for listening and learning about the new divine self-care way of being in your life, business, and the bedroom based on the divine feminine metrics of success: pleasure, play, ease, grace, and a slower pace. If you're ready to bust the myth of overwhelm and tap into an inspired start to each day, I've put together a free video series for you to help you start each day with energy, inspiration, and ignite that inner pilot light which attracts joy, magic, and synchronicity. You can access my 3-step magic morning practice to help you ignite your inner light and attract the abundance that you're craving. Head on over to elenalipson.com/gift. And if you enjoyed this episode, I would so love if you share it with a friend, a sister, a mother, a daughter, and please leave a review. That is how the magic starts to ripple out. Here's wishing you a day full of beauty, magic, and divine self-care. I'll see you next time at the Meditations and Musings podcast.